I see Whose grace that heart my heart to feel and brings my how precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Has promised good to you. His grace, our grip secure. He will your sins and as long as life endures. Let's sing together. Congratulations for this moment. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry because I cannot join with you in the opening, but this is blessing for you.
Terima kasih banyak. I am so moved. I cannot find words how to thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. God bless.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, artists, and the artist exhibition. Welcome to OHD Museum. Please give a round of applause. Welcome to the opening ceremony of Celebrating Indonesian Portraiture exhibition. And ladies and gentlemen, we are about to witness the Celebrating Indonesian Portraiture exhibition from 67 artists with 86 artworks in which are sculpture of various media, painting, sketch, drawings, photos, graphic works, paper cut or silhouettes, ceramics, installation, video, and today is also special because we are also going to see mural performance by Samuel Indratma.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to OAC Museum and to Baglang. Today, I have to act as a double agent. First, as the representative of OAC Museum, because the director, I.D. Surjo, is still in Singapore, while the Singaporeans are here. And secondly, as the curator. Unfortunately, I have to be the curator this year, because as you know, the Jogja Art Week, there is about over 100 art events. And all curators, especially the established curators, they are all sold out. Yeah, so I have to do it myself. So actually curating is a nightmare, you know, as our artist has the habit, not all, to finish their works at last minute. And you know what that means, eh? If they have finished their work at last minute, what that means for the curator. You cannot get the catalog online on time, and then you can not get the display proper. Yeah. So finally, I have to write also myself, and of course, the book, the catalog will be a very simple, easy to understand because it is a everyday language, and I can guarantee that it is not free from mistakes. But before I forget, first of all, of course, I want to thank you all. I cannot find words to express my gratitude because of you, I think your support, this OAC Museum can exist until today. And our special acknowledgement to the Jaro Foundation, who is the sole sponsor and the loyal sponsor from the beginning. Without their sponsorship, this event will not be able to happen. And of course, the guest of honor, a special person, you know already, Bapak Kunal Mohammed, yeah, who is also today, besides a guest of honor, also a participant in this exhibition. I thank the artists so much because the artists were always my greatest supporters. And later or soon I will introduce them one by one. And you know, why portraiture? Why celebrating Indonesian portraiture? You know, I am a fan of abstract actually. But why suddenly I took this U-turn to portraiture, which is the opposite direction of abstract? You know, I have been collecting abstracts from very long. And I have always encouraged the young artists, and many are now not young anymore, who practice the abstract painting to move on. And 2 years ago, we already planned to do an exhibition on Indonesian abstract. Unfortunately, the curator, I found at the time already the best curator, and he is among us, you know, the well-known Ayane Supianto is suddenly, you know, hindered, cannot do that. So we could not continue that exhibition, and finally I have to do myself with Wahyudin It is not totally abstract, but still something to do with abstract that is sapience-free, no human being. And today is all about the human, because portraiture is about the human, and I think portraiture in the art is the longest, maybe since ancient times, already practiced by artists, because all important people want to memorialize their image. And at that time, before the photo camera was invented by Jacques-Louis Daguerre in 1839, it has to be done by the hands of the artist through live observation of the model. After the revolution, the invention of the photo camera, it has changed totally. I think in doing portraiture, the role of the artist has gone down, because in short, today everybody can make their own picture by selfie, yeah, by the smartphone. And I think within 1 hour after this is open, there will be even more portraits made by the audience here than all the works exhibited here. But you know, I think I will take another U-turn soon, because I still love abstract, so don't worry about that. And what we presented in this exhibition is the overview of portraiture. And as it's already mentioned by the MC, and she is the granddaughter of the famous artist, my favorite artist, Vidya. Yeah. And she has always been doing this MC for us. So we have, usually in this entrance hallway, nothing. It's usually empty, because we want to clear all your minds from all prejudices before you enter the exhibition room. But this time you see the bust of famous artists, famous figures, like our first president, Raja Kartini, and also the philosopher Diarkoro. You can meet them all. You are welcome by them. And those are works by the first generation of sculptors, like Haryadi, Trubus, and the first batch of the Asri artists. You have Siddhartha, Edi Sunarso, Sutopo, and then the younger artist is like Win Dwi Laksono, which I want at the same time to introduce to you. Where is Win? Win, please come to the stage. He is the one who has done the Driarkoro sculpture. And then is Pramono Pinugul is not here yet. Dunadi, Purzito, not yet. Teguh Wahyu Santoso, Albara is not here. No one is here. Huh? Who else is here? Komroden Haru. No, not yet. The sculptors. Did I skip someone? Gak ada lagi. Oh, Ivan Nur. Because the work of Bung Karno was a work by Siddhartha. It was cast in fiberglass by Ivan Nur. Before it was done in bronze, the artist passed away, and Ivan Nur made also a bust of Sukarno. And then you can compare who is better. I like, to compare the works. Who is better than who? Before I forgot, of course, I want to thank Also, my friend Eddie Sunario, who has written the forward. He is doctor, he is lecturer, he is the lecturer of many of the artists participating in this exhibition. And of course, my staff who has worked so hard for this exhibition. And then if we enter the room, we have the first room that is dedicated to Affandi. Affandi is, according to me, the most prolific artist in the world of history who has done self-portraits. Because I think his face is also inspiring other artists to do his self-portrait. So there are other works from other artists doing Affandi self-portraits. And that is the late Dula, Joko Susilo. Please, Joko. He is a specialist in doing drawings from pictures. Yeah. And then Suparmadianto. Suparmadianto is actually a sculptor. Are you here? But now, just recently, he did experiments by doing portraiture using paper collage from magazines. And another one is a young rising star with strong brushstroke and palettes is Erizal. But he is participating in many exhibitions at the Art Jog. And indeed, he has very strong strokes, and you can make a comparison with Affandi, who is better. And then we enter the big room, you will be overwhelmed by the installation work of Nasirun. But I don't have to tell this about the Drupadi story from the Mahabharata, but he twists the story. If in the story the Drupadi is a group, is one lady, he made many copies of Drupadi. She was stripped by the Kauravas, but the Kauravas is already represented by one person, that is Nasirun himself. He cast himself there, hanging from the ceiling. At the end, you will be actually struck by the three important figures: Sukarno, Abdurrahman Wahid, and the Sultan. They were, of course, first-class politicians, but now they has become holy people, free from politics. They are flanked by two works about politics also. One is Agus Wagi. Agus Wagi, please come to the stage. Yeah. And he did his self-portraits, and he is a politician. But he painted there on same place, and he looks very bad at the work, because he is fed up with the politician. On the other side is someone everybody already knows, is Butet. No one, actually I don't have to introduce him anymore, because you know, he is a celebrity, appeared every week in the television, but he is so famous as a man from theater on the stage, but this time he is doing an artwork and a special artwork because he's using ceramics. But he is always comical, and also in this work he makes fun of a politician. You can guess yourself which politician he meant, but he doesn't want to say. You can guess. He make a clown at politician. And then we have on this side Lucia Hartini. Please come. Everybody knows this lady. She was the woman artist in the early 30s, but disappeared for a time. She has her reasons, but she just finished such a good work. So I cannot resist taking that work and exhibit here. You will witness yourself, and that is a crystallization of her biography. She wrote about that piece, and we put that text next. And next to her is another woman, but painted by a young artist, Tantin. That is the face of Angelina Jolie. Yeah, also a woman with turbulent life. And then we have on the side Pupuk, who always like to do his self-portraits, and this is all about love, because one is Sweet Memories, his first love when he was still a kid, and the second one, his last love with his current wife, but it's still a question mark, because he titled that Until Death Do Us Part, but with a question mark, so it's still a question mark. Maybe before death, yeah, they will part. I don't know. And we have after that the work by Katirin. Where is Katirin? Pupuk. Hey, where is Pupuk? Pupuk. Katirin, his work is always at the time about the body, but now he is becoming abstract. Now it's abstract fever. Currently you see so many abstract exhibitions. That is one of the reasons why we do the opposite. And Mahendra Yasa from Bali. Yeah, where is Mahendra Yasa? He's not here. He is doing his self-portrait. Doesn't look like him because that is on purpose done. He said he has a bipolar character, and sometimes he wants just to damage his face. On the other side, we have Galam Zulkifli. Galam, this man is amazing. He has the same skill for his right and for his left hand. And he make a picture, this mirror image, but you can see on the television screen that he painted the left with the left hand, the right with the right hand. Then we have Lakshmi Sidaresmi is not yet here. She Lakshmi, a good friend of Lucia, and her request was that her work should be hanged next to Lucia. Yeah. She is painting herself, but she is the tapir, and she has her own idea about the tapir. And then also an artist who always used the dolls as a metaphor, that is Samsul Arifin, but he also participated in many exhibitions. Samsul. And then we enter the old masters again. That is the first artist, Raden Saleh. We have Emilia Sunasa, the first woman painter, and then Sudibyo, Sujoyono, and the living artist, the student of Sujoyono, my mentor, my best friend who is here, Kweng Chong. You will be surprised, by his work. Yeah, I say he is a very close friend of the old masters. He has introduced me to Avandi. He brought Sujoyono to my home. He has introduced me to Bidayat, to Bakong, to every old master there. And then we are on the other side, Jehan of Sudarso, painting his mother, and then Kartono Sujono Karton, but his work is not the one which is usually cartoonic. This is not like cartoon. This is impressionistic. Nafsa Jamin and the famous abstract artist Fajar Siddiq. Then we enter the next room. We will have also contemporary artist Aramayani. Is she here? No? Okay, and then Madi Jirner is, I don't think he is here. Ronald Marunang, I don't think he is here. And then we have a photo, that professional photographer, he become art photographer, that is in the Leonardi, but he is in Bali. He is coming soon. And Edupilu, ada I saw him in Dopilu. Yeah, he is painting the negative of his self-portrait. If you want to see him, you have to use your handphone, your smartphone, and set in negative. Then you will see his face. And Shahrizal Pahlavi is doing a graphic portrait of his younger brother, Dr. Herman. Shahrizal Pahlavi, not here. And Tang Viharso, but he is in the US. But this time you will be surprised by his work. Usually it's so scary, that is so sweet. It's influenced by Donald Trump. Then we have the big room, and there the installation of Mami Kartika. She is coming, but this is not yet here. But in that room, she is not Mami, she is daughter, because she is surrounded by the artists from her father generation. Dula, Widayat, Hendra, Haryadi, and Nasar. Upstairs, we have in a small room a special work. It's a book of a serial of photography that is by Angki Purbandono. The book is called Beyond Versace. Versace is about fashion. This is also about fashion, but abnormal fashion, because the fashion of the mentally ill people who are roaming around Yogyakarta. He's supposed to be the photographer, and the mentally ill people are the models, and the city of Jogja is the catwalk, he said. If you want to know more, he can tell you later. But he is here also the most fashionable, I think. Huh? Anggi, please here. Yeah? Do you think so? And then we go upstairs. We have many drawings. Drawing by Katamsi, the first director of ASRI. And then Basuki Abdullah, Hendra, from the 40s. But what will amaze you is that Dula, Hendra Gunawan, in the revolution time, he used paper which is already typed with a letter. We can show the letter, we photograph this, but I cannot read because it is in Sudanese. Maybe the Sudanese can translate later. And then further, we have someone, actually, is Kartono Kusumo, a very famous artist, but the picture is so interesting because this is Agani, done in 42. Agani is from the first generation of collectors, very famous collector. He has the museum in Palembang, and he has a museum there, and I got a legacy from him. That's a nice Hendra painting, the East Africa Storm. He passed away already. Then we have Ipe Ma'aruf, who is famous for his drawing. He is still alive, but he's already old. And then Liman Fong. On the other side is my mother and me as the logo of the museum. And then we have a collective, also my mother-in-law in the collective Portraiture. That means with the family or with a sibling, like Gregory Siddhartha, the one I used for the exhibition, that is Sudibyo, and the surrealistic one, Amang Rahman, and then also the other one is Suparto. And last but not least, if you want to go down, we have the works of our guest of honor today, Pak Kunal Mohammed. So I was the one who had the honor to open his exhibition less than 2 years ago, solo exhibition Joko Pekik. And today he has contributed his work for this exhibition. I think that is the overview of this. And I thank you for listening to me. I hope it's not too long, but you have an idea, because if it's too crowded, maybe you cannot see all. Yeah, and we sang also here our the representative of our mayor and of the Kodam, the Kodim, and all friends. Thank you. And the most important, because he hasn't done his work. He is going to do a mural performance. That is Samuel and Dratma. Samuel. Yeah. He looks also very fashionable. And he will start as soon as you enter the room. Thank you for listening. I hope it's not too long. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give a round of applause to all of the artists, exhibitor, and Dr. Wee Hong Jin.
ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I take it as a great honor to be asked to open this important exhibition, a rare event focusing on Indonesian portraiture. I would like to thank Dr. Ui Hong Jin for the privilege and for inviting me as an emerging artist to exhibit two of my works in this museum renowned for its collection among the works by more established painters. Needless to say that presenting the craft of making portraits is a major tribute to a most challenging performance in the visual art. Now, allow me to share with you a story. In a Japanese legend, there was a painter of portrait with the name of Prabhangara who lived in the kingdom of Majapahit. One day, the king commissioned him, a highly talented artist, to paint an image of the queen. Prabhangara did what the king wanted him to do. He organized several sittings with the royal lady, and after several days, he presented his work to the king. The monarch was very impressed, at least for a while. It was an accurate portrait of the consort, who was voluptuous and beautiful, but alas, it was a little bit too accurate. In Prabhangara's work, the king noticed signs of illicit familiarity with the queen's body. It angered the monarchs, and Prabhangara was banished from the kingdom. As I see it, the subtext of the story suggests that the art of portraiture, how do you say it? Portraiture, is a complex interface. In its long history, it is related to power, social background, sexuality, and belief. We know that certain religious precepts, like Judaism and Islam, have records of prohibition against the representation of human face. We also know the portraits are important signs of authority, as well as an expression of love, of memory, and of human vanity. That's why most painters are aware that portrait making is a precarious craft. It is risky to claim that one's work of portraiture captures the face of the person. Capture is a misleading word. I can never capture or grasp the identity of the other. Identity is never a settled thing. It is always in process. It is always elusive. My attempt to capture it is bound to fail. The impossibility of capturing the other conceptually or otherwise indicates the other's infinity. It means the other is irreducible to a finite entity. A famous philosopher, Emmanuel Levinas, says something important about the other's face. The face resists possession, resists my powers. Expression, all the face overflows images. I guess Prabhangara's guilt was not because his painting displayed the body of the queen in details. His guilt was his mastery over her, his high skill in making her a mere object, an object of the gaze. What I'm saying is that there is a profound ethical appeal in the art of portraiture. The appeal to pay homage to the face. As we all know, the face is the most exposed, most vulnerable, and most expressive aspect of the other's presence. I believe that true human community is based on that homage. Thank you.
Pak Gunawan Mohammed.
I'm sorry for the long speech.
Pak Gunawan Mohammed, please stay there because Pak Hong Jin would like to give a souvenir. Okay. Beri tepuk tangan. Give a round of applause. A souvenir from Bapak Hong Jin to a guest of honor, Bapak Gunawan Mohammed.
The painter is Joko Susilo. Here is he. Please. He is the one who make this.
Itu penanya kenapa?
Oh, kenapa?
Yeah.
Okay, as we saw and hear Bapak Gunawan Mohammed and also Pak Hong Jin give us souvenir. Now I am pleased to allow you all to enjoy the artworks and also the light meal at the backyard of this museum.